If you're in year 13 at the moment, then I'm sure your teachers have been talking to you about personal statements for university applications. And if you want to study physiotherapy, then you are at the right place, because I am going to be giving you tips on how to write a personal statement if you plan to study physiotherapy in university. So, to give you some sort of background about me, I am a physiotherapy graduate and I did a personal statement where I was applying to study physiotherapy in universities. And my personal statement got through to the interview stage for all the universities that I applied to. So there is probably something that I've said in my personal statement that made the universities to progress me through into the interview stage. So I'm just going to give you some tips as to what works for me, and hopefully it can work for you too. So the first thing you want to talk about is why you want to do physiotherapy. What made you interested in physiotherapy and later on down the line become a physiotherapist? And there can be many reasons as to why you want to do that. For instance, maybe you saw a physiotherapist and you liked what they did. Maybe you like human biology and you like the medical environment. And then you did some research as to different healthcare professions, and physiotherapy, becoming a physiotherapist just resonated more with you. As I said, there's many reasons you can give. As long as it's a valid reason, that's all that matters. It doesn't have to be a long paragraph. It can be 1 or 2 sentences just to showcase that, okay, that you had that initial interest. And that's why you want to be a physiotherapist and study physiotherapy instead of doing nursing, instead of doing medicine. So the next thing you're going to do is to showcase what you know about physiotherapy. So within physiotherapy, there are 3 core specialties. You have musculoskeletal, cardiorespiratory, and neurological. Those are the 3 core specialties of physiotherapy. But as well as that, you do have other specialties such as women's health, military, pediatrics. You have sports as well. But I'd say it's very important for you to talk about the 3 core specialties of physiotherapy as well as the other ones as well, just to show that you know what the role of physiotherapy is. Because most people come with the misconception that physiotherapy is just sports when it's not just sports. You need to show that you know what you're saying and that you've done research into becoming a physiotherapist or physiotherapy, the course, because that's going to show to the people who are reading it that you are passionate about the course. And then with that, if you've done any work experience in physiotherapy, perhaps you've shadowed a physiotherapist or you've done a virtual workshop, then include that in, because those are very important. And when you are talking about the work experience that you've shadowed a physiotherapist or that you've done a virtual work experience, it's not just about what you've done, but it's more about what you learned from it. So it's more about the explanation rather than the what. Because what you've done, yeah, that's great, but what did you learn from that experience? What did you learn about the role of being a physiotherapist? And if you are unsure about that, then one tip that I can give you is to look at job applications for Band 5 physiotherapists, because in those job applications, they will give you a job description as to the roles of a physiotherapist. And that can help you understand what their role is, how a physiotherapist work on a day-to-day basis. So for instance, physiotherapists will have to work in an MDT team. Physiotherapists have to be compassionate. Physiotherapists have to show active listening skills. Physiotherapists, we need to provide a patient-centered care. So writing all of those things in your personal statement is going to showcase to the people who are reading it that you know what you're doing, you understand the role of being a physiotherapist, and that they should pick you over someone else, over another candidate, that they should pick you. And that's going to make you stand out more. You can also include podcasts or things that you've been doing that are related to physiotherapy. So for instance, maybe you're listening to a physio podcast such as Physio Edge. That's going to give you an edge to your personal statement. Perhaps you've read a textbook or a book on physiotherapy, such as Tidy Physiotherapy, to show that, okay, I am really passionate about becoming a physiotherapist and studying physiotherapy. And also includes stuff that you do as well, extracurricular stuff. Have you done volunteering in the past? That's a good one to show, because you're showing to the people who are going to read your personal statement that you are an empathetic person. For instance, NCS, the National Citizen Service, have you done any volunteering within that? Have you been part of any youth projects? Have you helped out your local communities? Are you a head boy? Are you a head girl? Are you part of the school council? Have you done any sort of team working stuff? That can also be a sport. What sports have you done? Perhaps a sports you might play is tennis, or you might do athletics. That I have extracurricular stuff that I do because I understand that being a university student will be difficult at times, but by playing sports or having a hobby, it can really help me mentally and to create that sort of work-life balance. And then you can talk about what your goals are after studying physiotherapy. Perhaps you will work in the NHS. And I say working in the NHS specifically because if you are going to apply to a UK university, you're going to be doing clinical placements. And most of your clinical placements will be in the NHS. Maybe you might have some that are in private clinics or elsewhere, but most of your placements are going to be in the NHS. So that's why it's really important for you to showcase the different specialties of physiotherapy. So not just saying sports, saying the three core main and also other specialties as well. Just so that, as I said before, to show to the person who's reading your personal statement that you know your stuff. Anyway, that is all of my tips that I would give to you if you are planning to study physiotherapy in university and you want to have an idea as to, okay, what should I write in my personal statement? Those are what I specifically wrote in my personal statement, and it got me to where I am today. So hopefully it can help you too. And if you found this video helpful, subscribe and also like and comment down below what you think as well. And perhaps in the future, I might do a video where I talk about Physiotherapy University interview and giving you tips on how to succeed and ace those interviews as well, if you would like. But anyways, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you when I see you. Bye!